My name is Christopher Moss. I'm the CEO of uQontrol. My background is in security. We work with security platforms for the last 20 years in both healthcare, banking, and computer security. We have developed a product that we're bringing to market that allows consumers to take control of security called the QKey. QKey is an interesting element. We took the chip from the chip cards that you're seeing today that secures the bank industry, and we put it on a small key that inserts to the USB port. No one's ever been able to do this before, and the purpose of that is to use the same security element that secures all the banking industry, your passports, the federal government, Microsoft and Oracle use the same chip, and bring that same security protocols in a user-friendly product and use it on the computer. So we were introduced to Softeq through a group that was outside of Intel that we knew. And when we spent some time, we had our CTO spend some time with Softeq and we took a shot. And really pleased with the outcomes and how we worked with them, with the staff we needed for our UI and UX. I realized in an early stage company, one of the things you should really be looking at is, can you find a good coding company, a programming company that can deal with a broader based stack of software requirements, but more importantly is to get yourself in a disciplined development program that doesn't give you this variable cost element that is so difficult with early stage companies. You get a very fixed cost, a very quality group of people. Softeq was working with mobile apps, which I felt was one of the major elements that gave them an advantage over a lot of other people that were working on .NET frameworks, for example. So how do you bring those two together? And that's what we found in Softeq. Our product required adoption by consumers through a user experience that's familiar to something that they would know without being so caught up with the high-level security that we do underneath. So what we were able to do is take the stack that we have on that silicon chip, the next layer, which is the security framework and the security stack, and then we had this UX UI element that needed to be written, and that's where Softeq came and played a role, is to integrate into our security framework, our security firmware, if you would. Well, what we did with this key is we knew there was a major fundamental problem that was sitting in with the PC. Everything's icon based now. And the reason why, it's very, very intuitive. The challenge we had is, how do you get the Windows operating system to function in a framework in the browser, to function more in this intuitive navigation, icon-based framework? So Softeq worked with us very closely in this challenge of taking that security layer and taking the PC and making it function more like the mobile world is. And so that challenge wasn't simple. It's cool as hell. But the reality is, the team over at Softeq, it was really interesting because you watch the young coders that were over there excited about writing it because it was fundamentally different. So there was a lot of challenges in how you take the Windows operating system, this kind of old, stodgy 80s framework, and bringing it into the 21st century. So what we did, once we had the base application written with Softeq and the security framework, we went to 3 different universities. We did independent studies at universities, and the kids went nuts over it. They were saying things like, this is cooler than an iPhone, or my God, this is going to change the world. My God, why wasn't somebody think about this before? The feedback was very, very powerful, and it is about the experience. So what we did, we started out with testing this with inside the use case with users. We then went after the feedback from industry, from the payment card industry, from the security industry, and from the consumers. And we had the same feedback. Most people were amazed by what was developed. And again, they don't know what's going on underneath the blankets. What they know is what's going on the surface. And what's on the surface is what we did with Softeq, this big, rich user experience. If they still had enough time to work on my projects, we would absolutely recommend it, because the difficulty you have in an early stage company or even a larger company is, can you bring those resources in a disciplined, structured way? And from my viewpoint, anybody that's looking at this kind of broader based stack that we're looking for in software, Softeq has the disciplines and understandings to help you walk through this process, and they're able to help manage it with a good team of people internally with the coders, if you would, on the desktop.